Let's take a look at some other notable injuries from around the league. So here's who we're keeping an eye on right now. Larry Fitzgerald, Devontae Parker, both questionable for Week 17, while Brandon Ayuk, Cole Beasley, Deshaun Jackson, and Deebo Samuel all out for Week 17. All right, time now to get you to our Total Access Game of the Week. Roll it, guys.
The NFL's oldest rivalry, Packers and Bears.
Those two cities don't like each other.
He said, Vince, I just want you to know you better have your team ready because we're going to kick your ass.
Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing. Either you're first or you're last.
We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party.
In the water again. Right to the outside of the 40. To the 45, the 50. He's going to have to throw in the end zone.
Hand off to Perry. Pressures the right side of the line. Carr feeds it over the middle of the end zone. Diving grab.
You could have a complete losing season, but if you beat the Bears, that was your season.
We're going to separate the men from the boys. We're going to find out who really wants to play this game and who does not.
All right, let's take a look here at the Packers and Bears clinching scenario. So the Bears will make the playoffs if they beat the Packers or if the Cardinals lose to the Rams in Week 17. The Packers enter Week 17 as the #1 seed in the NFC. They'll remain as such if they beat the Bears or if the Seahawks lose to the 49ers. Let's bring in our Pro Bowl Packer and Super Bowl champ, James Jones. James Jones, you played in this rivalry where literally anything can happen on any given Sunday, my friend. The Packers, it's a tough week for them. No David Bakhtiari. He's out now with that season-ending knee injury. I know, that was rough. Nevertheless, give me those 3 things that the Packers need to do to beat the Bears and lock up that home field advantage.
Number 1, MJ, even though we got the best player in the world on our team in Aaron Rodgers, number 1, we have to establish the run. And I'm saying we because I'm a Packer as well. We have to establish the run. Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, they have to get the ground game going. The Bears are going to come in, very physical defense, very good defense, but we have to find a way to run the football. And then when you run the football, you allow Aaron Rodgers to do things like this. Watch this right here. Coach LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers, this is unbelievable. Play action pass game. You are right here. You are in twins formation, stack formation. You are going to motion, fake the fly sweep, fake the handoff. You see Robert Tonyan sliding, going to pick up the backside block. You got Tay on a deep over, and you have MVS on a skinny post. There's nothing you can do to stop Aaron Rodgers and Coach LaFleur if you cannot stop the run game and they're able to play action pass. And then number 3, finally, keep Mitch in the pocket. Force him to throw the football to win this ball game. Do not allow Matt Nagy and Mitchell Trubisky to get outside the pocket and make plays with his legs. Keep him in the pocket. We know he'll give you some chances to make some plays on the ball. Do not let him get outside the pocket to be able to open this game up with runs with his legs. And that's how you win. That's how you secure the #1 seed and the playoffs roll through the frozen tundra.
James, you already threw out the we there, right? So I already know you're taking the Packers, but how much do you have them winning by in this one?
I got the Packers in this one, 38-21. Green Bay Packers, statement win on the road, get it done, playing high going into the playoffs.
James, we're starting off the year in agreement. I also have the Packers 27-23.
Oh, this is going to be a good year. This is going to be a good year.
See, that's...
You know what, David? I agree with that assessment of the NFC East. What I agree with is the fact that I do think that the Washington football team will lose to Philadelphia. I think Jalen Hurts and that team, they have a point to prove. But what I disagree with you on is exactly which team is going to win it. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the NFC East, and simply because what we're starting to see out of Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton, what, two passing touchdowns in each of the last 3 games. He's starting to get hot now, and he's starting to figure out, hey, if I can get the ball out of my hands faster, if I can get the ball to my playmaker, C.D. Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, those guys on the outside, maybe my offensive line will start to get some confidence and they'll start blocking a little bit better. And their sacks have gone down over the last few weeks. And then you look at the defensive side of the football. They have been getting after the quarterback. You look at DeMarcus Lawrence. You look at Randy Gregory and Alden Smith. I mean, they pressured Jalen Hurts almost 40% of the time last week, meaning they're getting after the quarterback without having to send extra blitzers. 10 turnovers, David, over the last 3 weeks. That tops the National Football League. So it seems like the Dallas Cowboys are getting hot at the right time. And I think they win the NFC East and go into the playoffs as a hot football team.
And Rob, that's exactly it. They did that quick pivot into the new year, and they are trending upward. But you know who else would agree with you? Our Hall of Fame Cowboy, Michael Irvin. He sat down with current Cowboys receiver CeeDee Lamb ahead of Sunday's game. You can watch the whole interview on Sunday on NFL Game Day morning. But you know I got you with a sneak peek.
CeeDee, I first got to start with this 3-game winning streak to get you back in position to make the playoffs. What changed these last 3 contests?
Had to find our identity.
Lamb, what a catch! He's got the touchdown.
Not a lot of people end up in the position that we're in due to what we've been able to overcome. And we're blessed, thankful, and most of all, we hungry.
All right, let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to some game picks. And here's how the total access pick standings are looking like headed into Week 17. I have so much anxiety. I'm still in first place, but M-Rob is right behind me. I only have a 4-pick or game lead on him, if you will. David Carr in third, James Jones rounding out in the number 4 spot. So let's pick Steelers-Brown. No Big Ben, as we know, over in Pittsburgh this weekend. And the Browns dealing with a bunch of COVID stuff, although a lot of guys coming back. So, James, who wins this game?
Bake and the Brownies win this game. And even if Big Ben was going out there, I'm still taking Bake and the Brownies. Big Ben out there, they still can't find a way to beat the Browns. I like the Browns in this game, 28-14, punching their tickets to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, stylistically, the matchup is for the Browns. I agree with you. I think it's 24-10. Browns are going to win this game. You know, I think Mason Rudolph going out there, it's going to be tough for him. Obviously, Myles Garrett's going to be a captain. He's going to want to get after these guys. So they're going to find a way to close this. It's a layup for the Browns. You got to win this one.
100%. This is the Browns game. If they want it, they just got to go get it. I have them winning this one as well. My final score, let me check the notes here, the receipts. I forgot, but I do have them winning. That is what's important there. Can you guys read that? I certainly can. 28-18, thank you. Clearly, 2021 is the year that I get glasses for all you folks following along. All right, guys, so Browns, you heard us. Make it happen. It is definitely your game. I won't say year because we're not jinxing anybody. Guys, thank you. Okay, we're about to get scientific and super specific about players who will be or won't be prolific.
You can't cover, dude!
Seahawks held to 52 yards last time he faced Jalen Ramsey. What does he put up this time? Jalen Hurts averaged 340 passing yards in his last 2 starts, but he wasn't getting chased. What's the stat line this week? And what about Derrick Henry?
Jones back. 3 runners, and Jones is going to get sacked again.
Never had a chance, Bob. Never had a chance.
The Giants are going to lose for the 10th time.
Dwayne Haskins' day looks to be over as Taylor Heineke steps in and takes over on offense.
If Alex Smith cannot play next week, I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback.
And it is caught. Deshaun Jackson, 81 yards.
That's what he can do.
Throws it down the right side, over the top for Lamb at the 30. On the run to the end zone. The Dallas Cowboys are going to have the biggest win of the Mike McCarthy first campaign.
No, our focus is on getting ready for the Cowboys.
Well, we still control our destiny. I mean, that's the truth of the matter. Well, now we have a chance next week.
All right, so here is how the NFC East could play out. Washington will win the division if they beat the Eagles on Sunday night. But if they fail, the winner of the Cowboys-Giants game will take the title and the number 4 seed in the NFC. Michael Robinson and David Carr, come on through, my friends. All right, so after all the head scratching that we've seen in this division, pretty much the entire season, the NFC East comes down to Week 17 and the last game of the regular season. I mean, of course it does, right? Earlier in the day, we will see the Cowboys and Giants, and then that night it will be Washington and Philly. So who wins this division, David?
Well, it comes down to it. I mean, you laid it out there, MJ, beautifully. So the Giants and the Cowboys is the game, right? We got the game in the evening that we're all going to watch. But I think that it comes down to that football game, Giants, Cowboys. And when you watch these guys play early in the year, this is the game the Cowboys lost Dak Prescott for the rest of the year. And I think that this is going to be a gritty game. It's going to be wet and cold. And I think the Giants' special teams and defense is going to just make one more play. It's going to be a tight one. Obviously, this is probably for the division. I think the Giants find a way to win this football game and close out that division. And then just because of that, the Washington-Philly game, I think Philly's going to find a way to pull that one out. So this is the Giants' division to win at home in the cold weather in New York. Make it happen.